Hello from Sweden and welcome to this reading. This was always God's plan for you. And I have prepared 3 different piles with oracle cards. The one that you feel the most drawn to will be your reading today. We're also using different tarot decks in each of the piles. So we have pile number 1 with this card. We have pile number 2 with this card. And we have pile number 3 with this card. Okay, this is the options for today's message. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Otherwise, you can scroll down to the comment section where you will find your timestamps. And I will see you guys in your separate readings. Hello, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So this was always God's plan for you. Let's just dive into it. You felt drawn to this card. We're going to put it here for some time because we're just going to pick out some oracle cards, some tarot cards, and prepare the first part of your reading. And then we're going to channel those messages. And then we'll continue with some oracle cards I have prepared as well. So let's see here. So this was God's plan for you all along. We got 2 of these. Okay, let's see. That looks nice. We are going to take 2 of these chakra cards. So what was God's plan for pile number 1 all along? Okay, we want to also do 2 chakra cards from this chakra deck. You see the colors of the chakras on the back side. Such a big deck. I see. Okay, I want this purple one as well. Okay, we got solar plexus chakra, we got third eye, and we got the throat chakra. There's also a message on the other side. Okay, let's start with these messages, and then we're also going to take some tarot cards, and also I'm going to put the prepared oracle cards here because in my last reading I forgot them in pile number 1. So we don't want that to happen again. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have, this is the 7 of Swords with seek the truth. Because she's opening the veil here, seeing the light. You are always meant to see the light. You are always meant to experience some type of darkness in your life. With the 7 of Swords, definitely we have 2, this is a woman, but we have 2 men here. So it could be something with a man, like maybe a specific karma with 2 men that you had in your life, or maybe the father, or something similar. But clearly have 2 men here and a woman here opening the veil, seeing the light. We have divine intervention. Wow, what a beautiful card. Spirit is carrying you through your difficult times. Trust in this higher power. Yeah. So it was always in your soul's plan that you were going to work through some difficulties and some heavy karma this lifetime. But it was also in God's plan that you were meant to awaken. And you were meant to see the light. And you were meant to seek the light in different ways and to find healing and to heal. Divine intervention here makes me feel at a certain time you're having, many of you, it's like you could have a very strong turning point at one point in your life. And maybe it comes with a lot of weird psychic, spiritual symptoms. For some of you, maybe a Kundalini rising, Kundalini awakening. is being triggered. For some of you, maybe a twin flame is triggering this. For some of you, maybe there's a trauma, there's a breakup, there is some problems with your health that is causing this. But I just see like at a certain point, Spirit is waking you up and you're starting to see and seek the truth, starting to seek the truth and the light. We have authentic communication. Archangel Gabriel is urging you to speak your truth. Seek the truth, speak the truth, and trust in this higher power. Okay, let's do these cards as well. Vanity. A lot of throat chakra energies here. This is also throat chakra. And Archangel Gabriel is connected to the throat chakra and is urging you to speak your truth. But here we have vanity. Who is this guru? And here we have the man again. Who is this guru here? And with vanity, is it the guru who has an ego? Or is it the people who is drinking alcohol here who doesn't believe in him? I don't know. Let's do more cards. And enlightenment. Wow. You're really meant to see through, you're really meant to change your life, you know. Maybe, you know, if you drink alcohol at times, maybe you're really meant to stop even drinking alcohol at times and like really live a very pure life. If this is right for you, you know, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing right, you know, it's like something with like, it's what is right for you. But with vanity here, you know, people partying, and then we have the gurus, but we also have a fake guru. So you're really meant to walk the true path, like, because there's also commercial spirit, like, you know, commercial spirituality, like where it's like a little bit of a fake spirituality, maybe, like it doesn't go so deep, it's not so true. But you're meant to really see, you're really meant to walk the highest path with enlightenment here. This is the highest path. The highest path that brings you to full liberation from all your attachments. And, you know, and maybe you're meant to be a teacher. Maybe you're meant to be a speaker. Maybe you're meant to write a book. Maybe you're meant to inspire people in some way. But it all starts with a point in your life where you go through something difficult, or you have like your whole life maybe is difficult, and then all of a sudden you have this very strong awakening moment, and then everything, this is the turning point. And for many of you watching my channel, I know you had it many years ago even, maybe. So this is just confirming, this was just the plan all along. It was always meant to be like this. And because we have enlightenment here, you know, you're walking on the highest path. And this means, you know, this is a very true path. This is a very deep yearning you have also for liberation. And, you know, any vanity here, I feel like I have to cough. I'm so sorry. My throat is itching and I have to take a little bit of my... Yeah, today I'm drinking kombucha. I don't know how to say it in English. I got this itch in my throat. Separate the false leaders from the true leaders, but also finding the true spiritual power within yourself. And for some of you, you're also meant to, you know, share your wisdom. Yeah, share your wisdom. So we got a lot of throat chakra cards. So this is also a throat chakra card. So let's look at it. We have a balanced throat chakra. I talk and I'm a good listener. Okay. We have an underactive solar plexus chakra. I do lack self-trust. And we have an underactive third eye. I see, but I fear the unknown. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the camera. I didn't see that it was blurry. Yeah, I see, but I fear the unknown. So, solar plexus, throat chakra, third eye chakra. These are, could be like chakras where you've been very blocked in. Even the here enlightenment we have in the solar plexus chakra. And the third eye is the third eye. The third eye is always connected to higher truths. Higher truths really come true, but also with the solar plexus chakra, you're really also meant to take action in your life. You're meant to be devoted. You're meant to be inspired. And I think you have this within you, because everything is like a little bit dark here until this light opens up for you, and then you follow the light. And maybe things didn't make sense before, but at least, you know, when we have the spiritual connection, things make sense because we have some type of direction. Because the vanity here, vanity versus enlightenment, this is two like opposite energies. So, and I think you go from one type of life to wanting another type of life which you're more aligned with. So you're meant to find your true self, and you're meant to remember that you already have been walking many lifetimes on the spiritual path. So it could be that this lifetime when you were born, and the first 10, 20, 30 years maybe, you're really like, you're not in touch with your spiritual side. And you're living kind of the ordinary life, and you have experiences. Maybe, you know, you study and you get married and all these things. Nothing wrong with that. It's wonderful, you know. Of course, it's part of your journey as well, you know. And this is also a spiritual experience. Everything is a beautiful experience. But this seems to be like this, just like you reach this point where just everything turns around, and then the spiritual path becomes integrated in everything that you do. You can still get married, you can still have a career, you can still do all of these things. Of course, you're meant to do all of these things as well. But somehow it's like it becomes more like this. And then things start to make sense for you. Yeah, then things start to make sense for you. And you're starting to find your higher purpose and your higher path. Page of Wands. The Empress, you know, look at that. So you're also meant to be successful, you know, with the Page of Wands and the Empress. We have Temperance, the Empress, the Temperance. It almost rhymes a little bit. And the Devil. Look at that. The Empress and the Devil. You so like, I think before your awakening, so to say, this turning point, I think there is a lot of like karmic lessons that you need to go through, and karmic difficulties and bad things happening with the devil. And but I think you're also meant to experience kind of the opposite. You go, it's almost like you go from darkness to light. Maybe you were born in darkness. When we say we're born in darkness, means that the circumstances of life doesn't look so good. We have a karmic family, we have so much anxiety and fear, and we're not treated right, and there's drama, and there's this and there's that, you know, so much darkness around us, difficult situations, circumstances. And but when we're moving towards light, you know, we seek the truth here. You're moving towards light. That means that life becomes easier the older we get. And I see this for you. Life becomes easier the older you get, it seems like. It doesn't mean that you're completely rid of the devil here, but it means kind of like you're holding hands with, like you're not lost anymore. You see the truth, like you have a changed awareness, so you can handle things in a different way now. You know, because of course this is Earth. We're human beings, you know, challenges doesn't, you know, even if you're enlightened, you still have a physical body, you still age, the bus is still late, you know, certain things, it rains and, you know, there's a storm, or this happens or that happens, or somebody that you love dies, or, you know, things happens. But it seems like I see you, it's so weird, I have this picture in my head now that you're holding the devil in the hand and you're walking. And temperance here also shows the wisdom. I love temperance. Because temperance is really like you have cultivated inner peace and wisdom. So that doesn't mean that the problems are gone, but it means that you're handling them in a whole different way. And I really feel like you are meant to mature a lot spiritually, like a lot of spiritual maturity. And I think you already had spiritual maturity from previous lifetimes, and definitely from galactic, your soul's energy. But it was like it was forgotten. And then it was awakened. So that's a certain, like it's in your early life, maybe. If this resonates for you, some of you, maybe you had this always, but it wasn't ready to sprout. It wasn't ready to bloom in the way when it at a certain time it will bloom a lot. Maybe you were born with a Kundalini rising, but maybe it wasn't ready to rise. And at a certain point, it is rising. It is continuing its process of purification, of process of enlightenment. That's the Kundalini's purpose, you know. Yeah. So at a certain point in your life, also you're gonna awaken a lot of gifts. So let's see. Let's look at the oracle cards. Surrender and trust. Yeah, look at you. Wow, look at the activation. Doesn't it look like all of a sudden you're activated? Look at you smiling. Hands, healing is activating. Heart is activating. Your whole body is activating. Yeah. We have slow down to relax. Look at this. Surrender and trust. Slow down to relax. So life also like slows down maybe. Like the troubles become less drama. Less difficulties. I hear they say there's phases. So we had the awakening and the turning point. I think for you, pile number one, it already happened. For many of you, 10, 20 years ago, or maybe 1 year ago, I think for most of you, it has already happened. Then they're talking about a third process that's coming further along the path, where you have healed, where you have gained wisdom, where you have gained a lot of spiritual maturity and grounded the spiritual maturity in your everyday life, in your marriage, in your work, with your kids, with your grandkids, because we have everyday life. You know, this is also a part of the spiritual experience where you can like hold the devil in the hand almost. You know, you see things for what they are, you handle them with wisdom. It's like there's a stage that is coming when you're kind of like almost done with your healing, where things are really slowing down for you and where you really can just enjoy this. It happens even in the Kundalini rising. When the Kundalini rising reaches a certain point, we just have a very grounded, stable state of constant spiritual awareness and some type of inner peace that we're always carrying within us. So I feel like it's all heading up to that. And then you're going to live your life from this place of inner peace. Yeah, inner peace. Attend to your spiritual needs. Create a more prosperous life. Yeah. And also after this shift has happened, you know, with the Empress here, I think you're going to start to see some real abundance in your life. I think you're going to see some real manifestations coming true that you couldn't even imagine, because with you awakening, healing, reclaiming your power, you're also getting the rewards of all your past good karma, because you have a lot of past good karma. I see you having a lot of spiritual lifetimes. I see you seeking the truth and the light in many lifetimes. So this is not new for you. This is also why it's so strong when it finally happens, or when this turning point is, and you're starting to become interested of spirituality. And why it's so strong for you is because you already had it within you so strong. You already had the spiritual maturity. You are already meditated. You have already, you know, worked with healing. You have already done this and done that and done this. It wasn't new for you. It was just forgotten until it was time to be remembered. So I think your life is going to change in a very positive way. You really go from darkness to light in this lifetime. It's very, very clear. Dark angel! Wow! Oh, I feel like I want to cry. I don't know what happened. Oh! I mean, this was insane. I got like a spiritual rush all through my body with energy when I turned this around. And look at this. I mean, this is perfect. Dark angel. I mean, this sums everything up. Look at the darkness here. Look at the light. Look at the contentment. Look how your face is turned towards the divine with surrender and trust, with devotion. Dark angel. Maybe something happens at the age of 30 And yeah, I talked about Jesus recently in one reading, and there was somebody that wrote that both Jesus and in the comment section that both Jesus and Buddha got enlightened at the age of 33. So maybe for some of you, if you're 30, 33, maybe that's somehow significance, or 30 years. Maybe this whole process takes 30 years. I don't know, but something with 30. Maybe you got activated at 30, or the turning point was at 30. Could be something like that as well. Okay, should we do... Yeah, let's just do 3 last tarot cards. Wheel of Fortune. This is perfect as well. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. You know, turning the wheel. The wheel of the samskar, the wheel of dharma, the wheel of... What should we call it? Yeah, I mean, just the wheel, you know. The wheel is very significant. I can't find the right words. But yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is turning. The wheel, you're turning from darkness towards light. You are walking with the star. You are healing. You're awakening. You're ascending. You're reclaiming your power. You're maturing spiritually. You're raising your awareness. Kundalini is rising. You have... you're finding spiritual love within you and all these things, yeah. And we have the Seven of Swords again. We have the Seven of Swords. Was your beginning of your card. It is tricky with the Seven of Swords. Yes, we know it's tricky. We know it's tricky. You know it's tricky. You were born into this tricky darkness. We see there was so much darkness here. Maybe even 2 men specifically. 2 relationships maybe. If we take away the man, maybe there was 2 specific relationships that was like really hard. We have 2 people here. So it doesn't have to be 2, but definitely, you know, karmic relationships, you know, whatever your karma was, it has been dark, it has been difficult. Maybe you felt like a dark angel fallen because, you know, certain circumstances shapes us. And we become, our personality becomes, you know, maybe we hold a lot of resentment, maybe we hold a lot of anger, maybe we become this or become that, you know, and there's like darkness within us because we experience very hard things. It's normal. Nothing wrong with it. It's normal. But you're meant to realize that you are not a dark angel, but actually both, you know, both the darkness and the light exists. So you're meant to transcend all these things and find out the truth about things. Yeah, this is the journey, finding out truth about things. Attend to your spiritual needs. This is perfect. Okay, pile number 1, this was your reading. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. If you want to share your story in the comment section, please feel free to do so. Either way, pile 1, I do wish you all the best and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. So this was always God's plan for you. Let's just dive into your reading. We're going to put this card over here because we're going to prepare the first part of your reading with some oracle cards and maybe some tarot cards. We're going to start with those messages and then we'll continue also with some oracle cards I have prepared. So let's see here. We are going to take 2 of these. So what was God's plan for you? Pile number 2. All along or always. Okay, we want to do 2 chakra cards in this deck. Oh, okay. Impatience. Look at this. Are you impatient? Pile number 2. Am I a bit slow here? Okay, let's see. We're also going to do 2 or 3 chakra cards from this deck as well. You see the chakra colors on the back side. So the green. Okay, we have the solar plexus, we have the, I think that's the crown, and the heart chakra. Let's start with these, then we're going to do some tarot cards, and these ones afterwards. Okay, so let's go back to the first card. This is the Ace of Cups, and it says, love abounds. I live next to a church. I don't know if you hear the church bell ringing in the background, if you wonder what that is. That's interesting. How the church bell is ringing outside. Maybe they're gonna have a sermon. I think it's called the sermon. And you have the Ace of Cups with this beautiful heart here. Love abounds. Okay, let's see what else we got. We have courage. Archangel Michael is granting you the strength to persevere. Look at this, growing. Not only persevering, but also thriving and growing and blossoming. You come from this very, not so much was supporting you. There was not so much supporting you here, but still you grew and you became this beautiful, I think it looks kind of like a rose, but I'm not sure. Okay. Wow, look at that. Wow, a powerful card. We have answered prayers. The universe has heard your request and it is responding to your needs. Let's look at these two cards. Yeah, we had impatience, we know that. With the throat chakra. And we have confusion. This was always God's plan for you to find him. I'm saying him, and I don't mean the man in the sky. I mean whatever God means for you, you know, your creator, the divine, whatever it means for you. I'm just saying him because it's easiest to say it like that. So you're always meant to find the divine. That was always God's plan for you, to find the divine. You came here to earth. We have a number 40 here. So maybe you're finding, or 27, between the year 27 to 40, you're not getting what you want here. There's impatience and there's confusion. I think you're being really guided to like, I don't know how to explain this, but it's like, I don't know how you. Somehow it's like everything was so guided, everything was so synced with what was going on in your life at a certain point, and kind of like your spiritual awakening, your heart opening. You were always meant to open the heart for the divine. Let's look at these three cards. I feel like I'm missing a part of the message, so let's see here. We have solar plexus chakra, an overactive solar plexus chakra with I do act self-centered. Okay. We have an overactive crown chakra, I sense hyper spiritualization. Okay. And we have an underactive heart chakra, I love but I am withdrawing. Interesting that we have I'm so sorry, I'm not looking at the camera and I don't see it's blurry, so now I just saw it. So it's interesting that we have the underactive heart chakra when we have the Ace of Cups, and Ace of Cups is all about opening the heart here in your reading. You know, it's about it's about spiritual awakening. It is about, this heart opening up and overflowing with joy. I love but I'm withdrawing. It's like you were focused on the wrong things. And I wouldn't say the wrong things, but it was like you were always meant to find the divine. You're always meant to learn how to manifest. You're always meant to learn spiritual wisdom. You're always meant to gain spiritual wisdom, and you're always meant to change your life with this. And there was certain things that you were struggling with, and some of you are still struggling with this, I feel. And I think it's really in your destiny to make it in some way, like struggle with something and then make it happen. And I think the journey of struggling with it and making it happen is a very spiritual, journey for you. Because in the process of making something happen for you, you change as a person. You change as a person. You're forced to face parts of yourself that is unhealed. You are learning how to, I don't know, change yourself. It is a little bit confusing here. We have confusion. Maybe maybe you also have some resistance to change. Maybe you have resistance to certain spiritual things. A few portion of you, because I feel like most of people that's on my channel, you don't have any resistance. Yeah, I mean, we are very similar. So I feel like the majority of people on my channel, you know, are like, yeah, hello, shadow work, like bring it on, even if it's hard. You're meant to use spiritual tools to get what you want. Like, you don't get it first. You can't get what you want. And I feel frustration here because it's impatient. I feel frustration that I can't get what I want. But it is in God's plan for you to get what you want. But the way you're meant to get it is through spiritual tools. Let's do 3 tarot cards here. Because now we need the tarot cards. 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to do 4, 5, 6. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, well, you need a lot of cards. Maybe right now you're feeling like this, by the way, because I feel a sense of confusion and frustration and impatience here. And you're like, okay, I want this to grow now. I want this to blossom now. Why isn't it blossoming? You know, but there's something also, obviously, also something is still unbalanced within you. You have the connection with the divine, but it's not like, what is missing here? You're meant to find the missing piece. That's what I feel. This was always God's plan for you, to find the missing piece. 4 Cups out, this is perfect. You know, talking about impatience, boredom, dissatisfaction. This is the 4 Cups. So why I'm not getting what I want? We have 3 of Swords. Yeah, I think, you know, God's plan was always to push you to go deeper. That's it. There's something. I'm gonna be blunt. I think I have to be. Please don't get triggered. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe I don't know why I'm scared of you being triggered. So, but there's like. I forgot even what I was gonna say. Yeah, something with going deeper. Because the impatience, the boredom, the restlessness, the frustration that you're feeling is trying to tell you something. And behind the obvious feelings and the obvious things going wrong, there's a deeper wound with the 3 of Swords. And I think, you know, you're meant to crack something up that you didn't manage to do this in previous lifetimes. You haven't managed to do this in previous lifetimes. We had the Ace of Cups with the heart opening here, overflowing. We had the 3 of Swords here with the heart pain here. So it's like you have to go deeper to penetrate a wound that's just so hard to grasp. I feel it in myself now. It's like almost like there's a heart wall there. And but in front of the heart wall, you have all these feelings that are very easy to feel. And there's things in your life, you want something, but you can't get it. And it is confusing, it is frustrating, and even maybe you think you're doing everything right, and maybe you're doing a lot of things right. That's not the problem, but I think it's like something with like pushing you to go deeper. Maybe the courage here, maybe there needs to be courage to go deeper into the shadows of the heart. Because once again, it's like the feelings that you're feeling and the thing that you're not getting is reflecting something that's not healed and released. And look at the scream here. Maybe when you finally open that up, there's going to be a scream released from you. Maybe, you know, maybe you're subconsciously avoiding something, avoiding something subconsciously in your shadow because it's so painful to face it. Maybe hasn't even happened in this lifetime. Maybe it happened lifetimes ago, but you're carrying that in the heart and it's creating some type of heart wall. And we know we need the heart. This is the highest connection almost, you know, of course all chakras are important, but the heart is very important. All chakras is important, but the heart is the heart, you know. So And it's like the heart yearns to, your heart is like, your soul is yearning for the heart to open. And I think it's when that's open, things are gonna go so fast. Even here we have, I love, but I am withdrawing. Maybe, you know, heart wall, pushing people away. Or an underactive heart chakra. Like relationship problems, dissatisfaction in relationships. We have King of Swords here. Yeah, you're meant to break through. We have the Empress here. Wow. From 4 of Cups, boredom, dissatisfaction, to the Empress. The Empress bathes in abundance. Yeah, she's so fertile. Everything she touches, you know, is becomes so fertile, and it grows so much. She has so much in the Empress. So the heart is the key for you. Pile number 2, you are always meant to heal the heart. That's it. That's go very deep into the heart. And yeah, that's the key. That is the key. We have Knight of Swords with 3 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're running away. I feel like you're running. I'm going to share something with you. And it may be a little bit dark, but let's go with it. I work a lot with my shadow. So I was sexually abused by my uncle when I was 9-10 years old. And this is a very deep wound for me. And I realized, like, I don't have any problems sitting with my shadow, and I'm used to fear and, you know, energy attacks, psychic attacks, very dark energies. You know, mom is narcissist, my dad was alcoholic growing up, I was bullied in school, all these things, you know. And then I realized recently when I was meditating, or recently actually the last months it has been coming up, the feeling of being molested, sexually abused. And that was a very uncomfortable feeling that I am avoiding it. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to work with it. And this was very interesting for me because I've never had problems like this. But this I'm running away from. It's like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to sit down. And every time I sit down, when the emotion comes up, you know, I cry, and it feels so, and I feel exhausted afterwards. So I have this Knight of Swords energy. It's like, okay, I know I need to open up this wound, and I need to look at it, and I need to allow the apparently, you know, the emotions are ready to be released now from my body. But I just don't want to, because it's just so painful and it's just so uncomfortable. So it could be, and before probably I've been running away subconsciously from this feeling. I didn't even know it was there. Now I know it's there because it has opened up and it's starting kind of to move. This is just one example. It's a very dark example. This is what it is. So, but it could be something else here. But I do feel like, because she's screaming here, it could be like something... So I feel like, yeah, it's coming up now when I'm talking. Like something is so painful, and it's like so deeply buried in the heart, it's hard to get there. So courage, meditation, things like this with the King of Swords helps us to go deeper. So ask yourself, what is it that I haven't healed in my heart? You're always meant to heal the heart. We have King of Wands. Look at this, King of Swords and King of Wands. And you're carrying this from past lifetimes. This is not new. Yes, maybe something happened in this lifetime as well. Maybe something didn't even happen in this lifetime. This is where it becomes tricky. If it didn't even happen in this lifetime, how do I know what it is? We feel. We connect with the heart, and we feel, and we, you know, there are tools. There are tools, past life regressions, things like this. But anyways, this was always God's plan for you. God's plan for you was always to heal the deepest heart, like something with the deepest heart wound, to free you. Yeah, to free you. I mean, to free you. And I do think, you know, now when I'm talking, I do think like spiritually, it seems like it's like you're doing a lot of things right. But there's just like this one part, the missing piece of the puzzle for you to become whole, or for you to become like the void, maybe the void in your heart, the heart wall. I feel it now when I'm talking like that. I have a heart wall, and I'm like, hello, what's behind it? You know, so there could be like something like this. Okay, just take what resonates. We have commit with number 22. Wow, this is interesting because we have a ballerina here. And I mean, you have to be very committed to become a ballerina. So, because we also have impatience here. Impatience and commitment doesn't go together. And this is what you need to do as well, or what we need to do. Yes, you know, we want to skip steps maybe because we want to get to the good parts. Yeah, who doesn't want to get to the good parts? Who wants to sit with their deepest wounds? You know, I don't want to. It's not, or I do want to until I didn't want to because it wasn't fun anymore with these type of energies. It was too hard. So, but it's something with courage and commitment. Committed to our spiritual practice, to our meditation, to facing the shadow aspects of ourselves, because this is what ultimately will liberate us. Ace of Cups, you know, answer prayer. Look at this. We also have answered prayers. And then you will get everything that you wanted. And it's not like universe or life is keeping it away from you to punish you. It's just something with your ability to receive, actually, to be honest. Because when the heart has this blockage, somewhere subconsciously there's a defect in the way, like in our self-worth. Like we have a hard time receiving. When we're carrying deep heart wound like this, it's painful. So it's like almost you have a hard time receiving it. Even if you want it. Even there's just something like, and then you will get what you want. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Speak out, communicate, and solve the conflicts. Look at this. Look at this toxic energy in this card. This is one very nice, you know, very nice oracle deck. Always have very nice cards, but this is like, look at the energy. It's like green and looks like fog, just like this, like fog. And almost looks like a little bit of a toxic energy. Communicate and solve the conflicts. And green. Green like the heart. Green with envy. Once again, the heart. And she's screaming the throat. Throat chakra. Also here, throat chakra. Maybe something happened to you. Maybe, you know, you need to talk about something that was painful. You need to process this pain, this heart pain. And we got hold your center. Look at your sanctuary. You're meant to be fully healed. And time to play. Make space for merriment. Okay, so this is it, you know. You're meant to heal completely. You're meant to heal the heart completely and regain your heart power. You have a lot of heart power. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Something happened. This lifetime, past lifetimes, it's painful. The energy is still in the heart. It needs to be healed. It needs to be faced. It needs to be released. Time to play. And then comes all the beautiful things. Time for you to love yourself. That's what I hear. Yeah, time for you to love yourself. Okay, let's do 3 last tarot cards. We got Page of Wands. We got the Hierophant. I like this Hierophant because he's laughing. Yeah. In the end, you know, when we finally release something, there's so much detachment to what happened that there's just like it could be like a flow of laughter, because laughter could be like a way of releasing energy. So with the Hierophant is super committed as well. You know, it's Taurus energy, commitment. Page of Wands, commitment. Your passion and your commitment and your devotion to heal yourself is gonna pay off so much. 4 of Swords. And look at you resting here with the heart. And finally, you're safe. You can be vulnerable. You can love. You can receive. You can manifest a beautiful home for yourself. Everything that you couldn't because it was so hard. It was so hard to receive. And you felt so unsafe. Now you are safe. Yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. What a reading. Pile number 2, thank you so much for sharing. Also a very vulnerable moment for me. I was very open, and it's nice because I realize also, you know, I have healed a lot because I'm able to talk about it like this. So at least that's good. Pile number 2, this was your reading. If you want to share your story in the comment section, please feel free to do so. Either way, pile 2, I do wish you all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So this was always God's plan for you, and you felt drawn to the sword here. So let's just put it here, and we are just going to dive into your reading. We're going to take some oracle cards, put them on the table. We're going to start with those messages. I have them on the side here. And I'm just going to pick them out because it became too messy on the table. And we're going to do that and also continue with some oracle cards I prepared. Okay, let's start with 2 cards from this deck. So this was always God's plan for you. Pile number 3. I have to take a little bit of a breath. Pile number 1 and 2 was so deep. Yeah, they were so deep. So let's see if it's the same. If it's the same here, we're gonna take 2 chakra cards. That's definitely the one. Okay, and then we're also gonna take 3 chakra cards from this chakra deck. That root chakra card really wanted to come. Okay, we got... I want to take more cards. I don't know what happened here. Okay, we got a lot of cards. We have to stop. Let's see. We have 2 root chakra, 2 third eye, and 1 solar plexus. Let's start with these, and then we do some more cards, the tarot cards and some oracle cards. So we got 5 of swords. This is a tarot card as well. We have win or lose. Look at the heart here. This is a very honorable fight, and usually 5 of swords is not an honorable card, to be honest. But something makes me feel like this is a honorable fight, and I have such a hard time reading. I didn't have this in pile 1 or pile 2, but here it feels... I have a hard time reading. Okay, let's see. Preserving the environment. Archangel Ariel is calling upon you to assist in her protecting our beautiful planet. An honorable mission, maybe. We have wisdom. The angel of wisdom is granting you insight from the higher realms. Look at this. This is very... Look at how they're smiling. Yeah. Look at both of them are smiling. Yeah, an honorable mission. Win or lose. We have mysticism. Wow, I have never seen this card before. I didn't even know it existed in this deck. And this is also a deck I've used so many times. So look at this. We have the third eye with mysticism. We have third eye 2 times here. And we have the heart chakra with growth. Wow, this is a very positive pile, I feel here. You were always meant to do the honorable thing. You were always meant to somehow help humanity. This was always God's plan for you. Why? Because you have a lot of wisdom. Because you have a lot of spiritual maturity. Because you have prepared for this many lifetimes. You know what you're doing. You're very strong healers here in pile number 3. Very strong leaders here in pile number 3 as well. With mysticism and growth here as well. A lot of spiritual lifetimes. You had a lot of spiritual lifetimes. And you have access to wisdom and to tools and gifts that not many people have. So you are meant to use that. You are meant to use that. I wonder also if you come from pile number 1 or 2. I can't remember even pile number 1 now. But yeah, pile 1 or 2. If you want to watch pile 1 or 2, you can do that as well. Because something makes me think that there is something, you have a journey before this happens. You know, your life is leading up to this. Your life is leading up to you becoming a spiritual, mature, compassionate, wise, and gifted, mysticism and growth. Very gifted person with a heart chakra. Look how the heart chakra is open here. You're somehow meant to assist Archangel Ariel is calling upon you to assist her in protecting our beautiful planet. Let's look at the third eyes first here. We have an overactive third eye. I see and I can have a mental fog. Whoop. What's going on? I'm so sorry. Actually, this is not your energy. This is my energy. I just came from pile number 2, and I think that was a little bit... it went a little bit too deep, maybe. And now I feel like I have a hard time finding my ground. So this is me this time. I'm sorry. So underactive third eye. I see, but I am unable to self-reflect. See, overactive and underactive third eye. You're meant to conquer the mind. Yeah, you're meant to conquer the mind. This could be one of your hardest lessons, one of your biggest lessons, because we have the Five of Swords here, win or lose. And like I said, Five of Swords is not an honorable card, but you are meant to do something honorable. You're meant to become an honorable person with strong, healthy integrity. But before that, before you do that, it seems like you're going to be very challenged. And you have to... I don't know if you're going to be... It's like some type of breakthrough, some type of like mental breakthrough. Sounds strange. Like something with the third eye. Let's see what else we got. We also have two root chakra cards. I am connected. Okay, root chakra. And we have a balanced root chakra. 2 balanced root chakras. I am connected and I am trusting others. That's interesting because I was so unbalanced now in the reading because I came from pile number 2. So third eye, overactive, underactive, root chakra is balanced. I am connected. I am trusting others. I wonder if you're meant to help other people open the third eye and to see the truth. I think you're meant to bring light and compassion and understanding into places where people have a hard time grasping those type of ideas and or understanding that type of wisdom. We have solar plexus, an underactive solar plexus. I do have a victim mindset right now. Yeah, I do have a victim mindset. Win or lose. Yeah, this is your own journey as well. So you're going to meet on your journey. So I'm so sorry once again. On your journey, pile number 3. You are meant to meet people that's going to challenge you. You're meant to meet difficult people. I would say, like, should we call them idiots? I don't know what to call it. Maybe that's how it feels like difficult people. And somehow you're meant to not lose yourself. So say you're treated very badly by certain people that you have karmic connections with, because usually, we have karmic connections. It's easy to feel resentment and anger and frustration and have a very hard time forgiving and all these things. But somehow, it seems like you're meant to transcend the obvious and find some higher wisdom here and unlock. Because look at you, this is you. You are this wise old man, even if you're a woman, but here, this is how you're depicted. And you have this beautiful smile on your face, and you're just beneath the Five of Swords here. You see the craziness. You see the crazy people, even the people that have hurt you. But it's like you have transcended that reality. And now you are trusting others. I am trusting others. I am connected. So you go from a place where you have been hurt by other people and this has caused you to distrust people maybe. This has maybe closed your heart. This has maybe, made your third eye imbalanced. This has maybe made you feel like a victim because maybe you were a victim. to be honest here. Maybe you were a victim and maybe what somebody did was wrong. But now we're talking about this was always God's plan for you. There was a part of your karmic plan for this lifetime to meet these people again and to be hurt in this way again. Different ways, different people. And it seems like they're hurting you in a way where you're also starting to distrust people maybe or something like that. So to get to the point, you're meant to transcend all of that and connect with your spiritual wisdom and somehow then become like, I almost want to call you like a wise teacher. Yeah, it's like almost like a wise teacher or a healer. This is what comes up here. This is what comes up here. Archangel Ariel is calling upon you to assist her in protecting our beautiful planet. The angel of wisdom is granting you insight from the higher realms. But this is you. You are the angel of wisdom. You are the soul of wisdom. You are the healer. With a smile on your face. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is what I'm getting here. So let's do three tarot cards, or maybe more. Can we fit a little bit more? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, no, let's do 3. Let's put 3 underneath as well. Yeah, we can do that. We have Temperance. Wow, this is perfect. Oh yeah, this is perfect. I mean, Temperance is the archetype of spiritual wisdom. We have wisdom here. Spiritual wisdom, inner peace, balance, harmony, compassion, understanding. And I'm not saying this is an easy journey because, you know, victim mindset, being hurt, really hurt. You know, it's not so easy, but this is, you have this, you have the Buddha seed is strong within you. The Christ seed is very strong within you. So it's not like you were chosen for this, actually. You have this. Yeah, you were chosen for this. That's what I hear. You were chosen to become this healer. You were chosen to become this leader, this guide, this earth guide for other people, or, you know, somehow creating something that will help other people. 5 of Pentacles, out of their misery. But you are facing misery yourself first, and justice. Yeah, look at this. You are facing misery first yourself. Where does wisdom come from? Wisdom doesn't come from nowhere. Wisdom comes, you know, when it's applied. You know, something happens to us, and then we gain wisdom from that. If nothing happens to us, we don't really learn anything new. We don't really grow. Not saying that only bad things needs to happen to us. Of course not. But here, something bad did happen to you. Because I do have a victim mindset. Something challenging did happen to you. With the 5 of Swords, this is relationships. Mostly. But we have 5 of Pentacles. It could be also health or something else. But this is what we were talking about, right? The people that made it difficult for you. And how this then created resentment and bitterness and frustration and anger and victim mindset and maybe having a hard time trusting others. All these things you are meant to overcome and heal. You were always meant to do that. And then you were chosen to become, like I said, this healer, this leader. And why? Because you already have this energy within you from previous lifetimes. Very strong. Very strong you have this energy within you. And I keep getting like almost 5 people. Do you have 5 people this lifetime that made it very hard for you? Maybe a mother, father, ex-partner, sibling, somebody crossed your path for a while, or like something, but like something with 5 people comes up. Doesn't have to be, of course, that's very specific even in a general reading like this. But you are meant to overcome that. And something with these 5 people is like, it's like the last karma that you had. Like all the difficult people that you meet in this lifetime that really has an impact on your life. just by thinking about them, maybe now you go like, ooh, I don't like this person. That's one of them. You know, every person pops up into your mind now, you go like, oh, I really don't like that person. That person, this person did this. Yeah, I don't like them. This is one of these person. And it's like your soul said, let's do them all in this lifetime. And I think this is the last karma you have, pile number 3. I think, you know, all the karmic people that are left for you to deal with are in this lifetime. So there's also a sense of fulfillment here and a sense of completion. So I think you're meant to become a very powerful leader, a very powerful healer, and somehow really serve Gaia. And I think this is the pile where it's your last lifetime. We have 4 of Cups. We have Page of Pentacles. And we have 7 of Wands. Interesting. Justice and the 7 of Wands. You protecting yourself here. So let's start here. So Temperance, which is about balance and moderation, but also wisdom, inner peace. And then 4 of Cups, that's a lot about dissatisfaction. You're meant to rise above the dissatisfactions of your life and find a new and better path for you, which is a higher path. You know, you're really meant to awaken the healer, the spiritual teacher, the shaman, the priest, the priestess, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever energies you feel aligned with. You're really meant to awaken that, because I would say this is your true self. If we look at all the human lifetimes that you have, we put them all accumulated together, and we draw out all your spiritual energy, all your wisdom. We take that and we make you. This is you. So you're getting rid of the last things, and then you're fully going to embody your true self. And your true self holds a lot of spiritual wisdom, like once again, like we said, and a lot of healing power, a lot of healing energy, and a lot of compassion, a big open heart, a lot of mysticism as well. You have gifts. I mean, you have really some gifts that are rare. And you're meant to use all this. You're chosen. You're meant to use all this for the greater good of humanity and for the greater good of the planet. Okay, let's not make it more complicated. That's it. Honor the process. Look at this with the butterfly here. Yeah, honor the process. This is beautiful. Yeah, very beautiful here. I just see you rising above the victim mindset, rising above all the people that hurt you, and like being able to just like be around people like this, not feel resentment, not feel anger, be very grounded, having an open heart, seeing things very clearly. Also, you know, you're not letting anybody hurt you. You're very protected. You have a strong spiritual integrity as well, but also a strong spiritual shield around you, a very natural spiritual shield because of your high vibration. Move forward. Experience the grace of who you truly are. Yeah. Experience the grace of who you truly are. Yeah. So once again, you're getting rid of the last karmic pain and hurt and becoming who you truly are. What is this? 2 cards. Move forward again. Look at this. Same. I think same. Yeah, probably the same deck creator, and but yeah, not the same image. Do you hear? I don't know if you hear the ambulance outside or the police. I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, move forward with speed because you know when the police comes or the what is it called, like ambulance comes. You know they have a lot of speed. They want to come through fast. So 911. Your whole life is about this. Your whole life is about these people that hurt you, how you feel about it, and you transcending that. You transcending that, healing that, reclaiming your power, and becoming who you truly are, acknowledging, embracing, embodying all your spiritual gifts, all your spiritual power, opening the heart big here, and then I mean living a very good life because you have a very strong mission, and I mean nothing can mess with you. I would say that you're so strong, nothing will be able to mess with you. Let love move forward. Let love propel you over hurdles. That's nice. And the last oracle card here is 7th ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. The 7th ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. I wonder if this is the ray of devotion as well. And I think you have this. I think you have a lot of devotion, spiritual devotion, and a lot of wisdom, and a lot of I keep getting you have a lot of gifts, tools, access to a lot of spiritual wisdom, knowledge that not many people have. So I keep feeling like you're very powerful. And when you are fully in that power, when you have overcome all the pains of the past, and you have found true forgiveness, true inner peace, true compassion, and nobody can mess with you anymore, not even if the worst person is standing in front of you, abusing you with their words, not even then you're going to close your heart. Your heart is going to be open. You're like, no, okay, this person is obviously suffering, and it can seem that this person is abusing me, but actually not. They are just, if it wasn't me, it would be someone else. This is the energy. This is very high, this requires a lot of spiritual maturity to not be affected. But this is where you're supposed to come to. Yeah. Okay, pile number 3. I'm so sorry. The readings today was so deep, and I felt like I was completely all over the place once I came to pile number 3. So I'm sorry for that. I still hope you could enjoy the reading. And this was your reading. If you want to share your story in the comment section, please feel free to do so. Either way, pile 3, I do wish you all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.